Hey there YouTube, Denise here from Dueling Bunnies, and this is going to be part 3 of Darkworld 101. I'm actually going to make this video kind of short and elaborate more tomorrow. I'm feeling a bit under the weather now, kind of came all of a sudden. But I just wanted to talk about other discard methods, and then tomorrow I'm going to talk about recommended cards. So this is going to be just a shorter video than the others, just really not feeling well. So anyways, the other discard methods now, we all know that the Darkworld archetype is having a little issues finding good cards that work well with with Darkworlds, and that they can get their effect. You know, we discussed in part 1 and a little bit in part 2 that, you know, they don't get their effects if they're discarded as part of a cost. So they give 2 examples here, such as Lightning Vortex or Monster Reincarnation, sorry. If you use that card, the Darkworlds won't get their effects in the graveyard. But there are other ways to discard them. You know, we know about Darkworld Dealings and Darkworld Lightning and Brawn. They all come in a Darkworld structure deck. But, you know, we get very few cards in the Darkworld structure deck, such as Darkworld Dealings, Darkworld Lightning, and we get card destruction. But there has to be better cards out there, right, that get you to discard your hand. So what I liked about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia page is that it actually gave you a list of cards that actually work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click a few cards that I don't know about, maybe, and that I think will be great. The first one I definitely want to talk about is Dark Smog. I think this card is not out yet. I think it's coming in Photon Shockwave. Don't quote me on it. If you do know, post it in the comments. But this is Dark Smog. It says once per turn you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, discard one fiend type monster, and banish that target. How amazing is that? Amazing target. Oh wow. Thanks a lot, you stupid mucus commercial. Anyways, that's Dark Smog. That scared the schnitz out of me. Anyways, this is an interesting card. Clear Vice Dragon. If you don't know what it does, we're going to read it to you right now. Right here. It says, you are unaffected by the effects of Clear World, which really doesn't affect us, but anyways. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, the attack of this card becomes twice the attack of the attack target, during damage calculation only. If this card would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can discard one card instead. So, pretty cool. Interesting card. I don't know if I would personally run it in a Darkworld deck, but it's something to think about. Next, we talked about Dark Smog. Definitely one that I want to talk about, the Cheerful Coffin. Very good card. In Darkworlds, you can see here, the Cheerful Coffin. Discard up to 3 monster cards from your hand to the graveyard. Grapha, Snow, and Brow. How amazing would that be? So this card is really good. I'm definitely going to put it in my Darkworld deck. And all these cards, Darkworlds will get their effects, you guys, so don't forget that. We know about Fabled Raven. Definitely Royal Tribute. Good card. I'm building a Darkworld deck right now that revolves around 2 different field spell cards, and Royal Tribute is in there, so it's going to be a pretty interesting deck. Hopefully it works out the way I'm planning it to. We know about Into the Void. Into the Void is not as good as other cards, but, you know, it's decent. Into the Void. Activate only if you have 3 or more cards in hand. Draw 1 card. During the end phase of this turn, discard all cards in your hand. I'm not sure if I like this card too much, but definitely something to think about as well, if you know good combos to do with it, so. And we'll do one last one. Infernity Inferno. It's a trap card. And it reads, discard up to 2 cards and send the same number of Infernity cards from your deck to the graveyard. So, good for Infernities, but also works for Darkworlds. So this is what I like about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia page. It definitely gives you, you know, help. When you're kind of stuck on something and you just don't know, you know, you feel like you're lacking a lot of discard outlets. These are a lot. They list a couple cards here for you to think about. Definitely the Cheerful Coffin is one of them. Fine is another good card. Fabled Raven, Dark Smog when it gets here, another good card. Drag Down into the Grave as well. A lot of people are putting that in the Darkworld decks. So just something to think about. You know, I'm sorry that this video was a little subpar. It's just I'm not feeling really well. I have a really bad headache, and I feel like my temperature is going up. So I really just wanted to get to rest because I do have a trip on Friday. I just want to get better. So sorry about that, but definitely tomorrow I'll talk about the recommended cards and get a little bit into certain deck builds and the weaknesses of Darkworlds and the strength of Darkworlds. So probably 2 more parts and then we're done with the segment. So thanks again, guys. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and leave down in the comments below what cards you find are really good in Darkworld decks that are probably not listed here on the page. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to read them. So thanks. Bye.